Okay, so we got 8, and that's interesting indeed, because that is not at all what we'd expect by plugging that in. Or is it? What? Or is it? What happens if I plug in 8, I plug in the top one and the bottom one? Because that's what you do with an integral, right? What if I plugged in if I got a 4, oh, I need my pen again. Here we go. If I plugged in instead of, I'm going to get 4t plus 1 at the end. What if I plugged in my x and my x plus 2? What do I get? Turns out what you get is 4x plus 2 plus 1 minus 4, I love this, x plus 1. If I simplify this, I get 4x plus 8 plus 1 minus 4x x plus 1. The 4x's canceled out, the 1's canceled out, and I get 8. So it's robust enough to deal with that nonsense, but that's a little confusing. So if you don't have to use the second fundamental theorem for this one, remember, have to is described as there might be a function you can't take the integral of. They could totally say, oh, find the derivative of the integral of x to x plus 2 of sine x cosine x over e to the x dx. And you're like, what? Can't do it. Well, yeah, it's just sine x plus 2. So it's cosine x plus 2 over e to the x plus 2 minus sine x cosine x over e to the x. And so, yeah, actually, you can take the derivative of the integral. Sorry, this should be over one line, but this is the answer altogether. Okay, so you can. A little weird. You certainly can do it. Okay, so just be aware that that is one of those things that kind of gets a little nervous when you start to see stuff like that. Almost always, this kind of is an awkward case of the second fundamental theorem. And so what they're trying to test, the derivative of the integral are antis each other. They're inverse functions of each other by the second fundamental theorem. And so because of that, they're going to typically give you a nice number down here like a 0 or a 7 or a 1,563,000. Doesn't really matter because that's not important. Okay, so typically they give you a nice easy one. The much more likely scenarios, you may have to deal with the fact that you've got a weird, if it's 2x, the derivative of that is going to be 2, right? So you tack on a chain. All right? Hopefully that's enough for you to get by. That's 18 minutes, which is longer than I thought it was going to take. So, boom, you have that. Enjoy.